George, curious little monkey. Here he comes, Curious George, curious little monkey. Here he comes, Curious George, curious little.
Ain't nothing soft about that intro.
Bro.
What is up, Defects? We know you're all degenerates and vile like us, so you're probably laughing. And if you're not, you might have stumbled across the wrong stream. Really good show tonight. Before we get into it, let me say what up to my boys. I'm going to start with Jay because he looks like he's at a loss for words at this point.
I mean, that's how we start now. It's come to an all-time low watching a monkey get a fucking blowjob. But yo, what's up? Welcome, everybody. We got a special show tonight. Of course, we opened that show with a monkey blowjob, and we got a guest on. So nothing like making someone feel comfortable with a little bestiality. Matt said it wasn't bestiality. I think it is.
It's monkey on monkey.
Yeah, there you go.
It's bestiality, and no, it's not. Obviously, it's monkey on monkey action.
There you go, monkey on monkey action. I'm gonna pass it over to Guy Forge on that note.
What's up, Defects? Very excited. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and then obviously we have an awesome guest on, which I just popped open a nice fresh Diet Mountain Dew in his honor. So, how you
freshie. Doing? Something is wrong with my... I can't see the chat. Can you guys see the chat?
I can see the chat.
Yeah,
Guy got the chat.
I got nothing.
Got a bunch of people in here. Funhouse with his brother. We got
KV Comics coming in going, hey-o.
This guy bought the whole auction from an airplane the other night.
That most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think it's ever been done before, to be honest with you. That's a first.
First for everything. Look who's in there. Look.
UniX. UniX was the only person, and don't put it in the chat, to guess the tattoo I was getting right. The only person. He knows me. X knows me.
There you go. Before we get into anything and before we bring Adam on, we got news tonight. We're going to talk about Adam. A lot of stuff happened. Silver Surfer, Ant-Man trailer, so plenty of stuff to talk about. But first, we're going to talk about our sponsors. Jay, hit him with it.
First up, guys, Erod 212 with Express Comic Book Pressing. Defects 10 gets you 10% off. You know Erod will blaze your books before they're sent off to CGC and CBCS. Not only that, he will pass along his discount from CGC and CBCS. So, tell him the Defects sent you and get those books prepared. Next up, we got everybody's favorite Canadian beaver, Mutant Beaver Comics. Defects 10 gets you 10% off. One of the world's largest online retailer for exclusive comic books, guys. Tell Pat and the B-Man the Defects sent you.
You guys didn't even know that. I was able to go out and come back in before Jay even finished. So now I can see the chat. Now I can see the chat. Guys, we just want to get Adam in here and get the show on the road, or what?
Let's get it started.
Let's do it. Comicbook.com's the creator of the what do we got? The RiotVerse, Lunchbox Riot, Lunch Room Riot, repping the merch today. I see that right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Friend of the channel.
Yes.
Adam Barnhart, what's up, brother?
Just living life, man. As you were discussing, the definition of bestiality, I went to go Google it, but then Google's like, "Are you sure you want to search this topic?" And I said,
You're flagged now. The government flagged you.
Let's leave it nebulous. It is what it. Yeah, it's whatever. You know it when you see it, right?
You know it when you see it, he said.
You registered now.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, God. So we had this show planned, obviously, for a few weeks, but we got some big news over the last few days. So definitely looking forward to getting your take on some of the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. Maybe even get a little quick take on. We know that you were a big fan and really last time we talked to you, you were really hyped about the Werewolf by Night special presentation, and we got Man-Thing on the screen. So we'll talk about that a little later. But first, let's start off with a little teaser about what you have coming up and kind of lead us through the change from the last time you were here with the Kickstarter to this time, because you have your own publishing company now. Is that an accurate assessment?
Soon to be, yeah. So next year we are launching Lunch Room Riot as its own small press. That might actually be a Defects exclusive. I'm not sure if I've even publicly talked about it yet. But yeah, I'm launching Lunch Room Riot as a small press, like smaller than small press. Just to publish my own shit. You know, I've been at the published stage, and I've done the Kickstarter route, and I figured why not try self-publishing stuff. So we're not going to even do Kickstarter or crowdfunding for some titles going into 2023. And those are to be determined. I can't reveal right now, but I can eventually. But yeah, man, life's been crazy.
Okay.
Where'd you come up with the
reveal
name?
something I wasn't supposed to?
No, that's totally fine.
I'm curious about the name Lunch Room Riot.
So the short story is I've always wanted to have a food fight. I mean, that's the long story too. I've always wanted to have a food fight through my whole entire life, and growing up, that I would like daydream about that while at school at lunch. I'm like, what happens if I just launch this bowl of chili across the room, or like what happens?
Oh
if I throw
God,
this,
the bowl of chili across
yeah,
the room.
or the cinnamon roll, or the square pizza. Did you guys have Crispitos?
Yeah, not
Crispitos,
like a square piece of Elio's hitting you in the eye during a lunchroom riot.
This is
Exactly.
true.
So yeah,
pizza.
Lunch Room Riot is my version of I'm finally having a food fight.
I love it. So guys, the project that the Kickstarter project that Adam has out, the link is pinned to the top of the description. So if you want to take a sneak peek at that, click on that, go check it out. Maybe we will, you know what? Let's show it real quick, but we're going to talk about it throughout the show. So we're going to keep checking in on, see how it's doing. So you know what? Let's bring it up real quick. Let's give him a little teaser. While I'm doing that, let's see. I could share my screen.
Adam, while Matt's doing
it.
that, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I feel like you're gonna be right on board with this if I got you in the right wheelhouse. But what's your take on the McRib?
Oh, that's that is my wheelhouse. You got that right.
See, you scream McRib guy. Like
I don't care for them. I mean, that's another thing that I ate while dreaming of having a food fight.
But
they say it's going away for good. They say
that's what they keep saying.
We're gonna have a special on the Defects channel. We're gonna go live with people eating the McRib. We're planning this, so if you want to be part of it, just let me know and we'll get you in on the stream.
He could take my spot. I'm not eating a McRib.
You are eating a McRib.
A McRib is basically a sponge soaked in pork water, barbecue sauce, pickles, and onions.
What the hell's pork water?
Fucking pork that's been sitting in water, man. It's disgusting.
Well, you're gonna eat one. We're having a special. It's a special, and you're eating one. I don't care what you say.
No way.
It's a special presentation from the Defects.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to watch that.
It's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Everybody wants. Everybody wants to watch that.
All right, let's take a quick look at this, and we're gonna check in. And we're at 50. All right, right now we're at 1,500 and 51 backers. 6 days to go, Adam. Give us a quick preview. Obviously, like I said, we're going to talk about it throughout. We're going to show some covers. We'll get into the tiers. But why don't you give us a quick rundown of what this particular project is about?
This spins off directly from Shit Show Volume 1. You read that, and you find out that Macabre Mel meets her end by the hands of a big old demon. And this picks up immediately following that and on her journey to hell to fight for her soul back. There's some swords, there's a hell of a lot of demons, and all sorts of other good stuff. But Macabre Mel, Wicked Salvation, a direct shit show spinoff, 56-page graphic novella, all in the one big meaty one shot.
Basically, this takes place, I'm reading it right here. I remember from reading, it makes sense, between shit show 2 and 3, right? This is the events that occur in her timeline, kind of, while not to give the spoiler, but at this point, if you haven't read shit show, she dies and how she makes her way back, correct?
Exactly it. This is that story about how she comes back.
All right. So let's get into we're gonna keep checking in on this, guys. If you want to back it, if you're a reader of shit show, if you read shit show and shit show shorts, and now this is part of the RiotVerse, right? We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but this character is part of the RiotVerse, correct?
Boom, yes. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, great. So we will check back in on that in a few minutes, but first, let's talk about something that happened that I thought was going to be like the highlight of the show. But I feel like it maybe is going to take a little bit of a backseat to our second topic, but Silver Surfer, guys. A lot of rumors swirling around, and a lot of people are running with it, and a lot of the outlets are running with it now. I guess Cosmic Circus was kind of the first one. I guess we've heard this a lot, but they were the first one to kind of open this back up with a little bit more firm facts. And according to a report from the Cosmic Circus, the Herald of Galactus himself, Silver Surfer, will star in his own Marvel Studios special presentation on Disney Plus. Per our sources, the Silver Surfer special presentation will have a similar style to Werewolf by Night. The project will have I said that already. The project will feature Norrin Radd as Galactus Herald out in the far corners of the cosmos. Radd will not be on Earth during this special presentation, and will also not interact with any cosmic characters already established in the MCU. Hence, Surfer will be a very isolated story within the context of the MCU. Also, we were able to get a description of the vibe of the special. They cited Netflix's The Sandman as an inspiration for the special presentation, but with a cosmic spin. They're also told that the special presentation will be out a few months before the Fantastic Four movie premieres, whenever that may be, if it stays in February of 2025 or not, and that it absolutely has to be prior to that project. So clearly there is a major tie between the two. So that's kind of the bullet points of this report coming out from the Cosmic Circus and I guess Giant Freaking Robot. And then I'm sure every other outlet has kind of elaborated a little bit on it. But I mean, who wants to take this one first? You know, what are we thinking about it? How much do we believe this is true? I mean, who wants to take a stab at it?
I'll go first. And I see it in the comments in the chat. If they're gonna do Silver Surfer, right, you got to start with the Norrin Radd story, right? You got to start about he sacrificed himself to save his planet, to become a Herald of Galactus. I think they have to do the special presentation first. If I'm Kevin Feige, which I'm not, thank God, I don't have a blazer and a baseball hat on. But if I'm Kevin Feige, you got to bring the Silver Surfer in for his origin story with Galactus. Then you get the Fantastic Four movie, and then you're getting Surfer in some type of cameo, whether it's an end credit scene or something leading up to Galactus coming to Earth with the Surfer. They got to do it that way. Has to be done right, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, Adam, we've talked about it here a little bit, and I'm curious to your take. Obviously, we've been, a little bit more critical of Phase 4 than, I read a lot of your stuff, so we've been a little bit more critical of Phase 4. But we feel, and we've talked about it over the last 2 or 3 shows, that the special presentation route could really be a game changer, going forward for Disney Plus. Like, obviously, we still want to see some shows, but I feel like there's going to be some spots where this really works out better. So what do you think about what Jay said? Like, do we get an origin story here to introduce Surfer, and then we're off to the races? I mean, what's your take on the whole thing?
No, I agree fully. The special presentation, first off, Werewolf by Night, one of my favorite Marvel things ever made.
Agreed.
The format of the special presentation is something they're going to use probably until we get sick and tired of it. I picture the future of the MCU being something like the theatrical releases are going to be nothing but Avengers and Doctor Strange 2 type ensembles right? Just these huge casts. Even there's a rumor of Shang-Chi too, but I'm assuming that's going to have Wong. I'm sure that's going to have Miss Marvel, maybe Kang. It's the films are going to have these huge casts. Then there'll be the Disney Plus shows, which are going to be your solo outings. The WandaVision, as we saw with Miss Marvel, as we saw with She-Hulk, and then the special presentations are just they're perfect for origin stories, right? The amount of character and heart they managed to put into 48 minutes of Werewolf by Night is absolutely insane, and they were able to do that because they filmed on one set piece. You know, it was a super confined story, but they didn't have to go all over the universe for it. And even though Silver Surfer is a cosmic character, that does not mean, you know, they can't go cosmic. You know, as Jay said, why not just do a strict origin story of, you know, kind of almost like Gore a little bit, you know, that Silver Surfer has to sacrifice himself, you know, to save his planet. I would be surprised if Galactus is in it. You know, I would be surprised if anything. I honestly, I'm not sure it's leading to Fantastic Four. I get the timing of it, but I'm not sure if this comes before Fantastic Four because Silver Surfer is a Fantastic Four. I mean, they just started kind of scripting that.
Well, there's got to be some type of connection. I mean, obviously, all of this is rumor, right? So, but they were very adamant about that part. So it feels like whether he's in it or not, but there may be a connection between the two that has to be made prior to.
Right. I think it's partially my headcanon or my own personal bias or desires, but I hope this leads to Annihilators. We saw or we've heard that Nova is getting another special presentation. I know, this was before James Gunn got fired and before he got rehired and before Endgame and all this stuff. But the earliest draft of Guardians Volume 3 ended with a good chunk of the Guardians dead or gone, and then in their place was essentially a makeshift Annihilators team. So I'm not sure if that's still the case. I'm not sure. Obviously, Disney's not going to give up the Guardians of the Galaxy brand. But I do think after Volume 3, we will get, maybe Quasar. We don't even need Quasar if we have Nova on the Annihilators, right? And Silver Surfer's on there. If they announce a Gladiator special presentation or a Beta Ray Bill presentation next, I would say that's a pretty clear indication that, they're going to do an Annihilators team up and stuff.
Now, let me ask you a question. Yeah. Do you think I think we get a Fee Lavelle Quasar. That's my guess. I think we're gonna get that Guardians team from Annihilation Conquest.
Yes. Yeah. Just There's Phyla-Vell is I would say has pretty good odds at showing up in Guardians team.
Adam's like, I know something, but I can't say it.
Oh,
No, I'm not. I'm not saying. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying if it's a good time to spec on Phyla-Vell, and it has been.
See, he knows. But so, I think they're gonna take a lot, and I've talked to X, and I talked to Matt, and I talked to Thorough, and that Annihilation Conquest, I think is gonna that storyline. I think that's the next Guardian team you see.
God, I sure hope so, man. That's from Annihilation up through Thanos Imperative or even like War of the Kings. That's my favorite period of comic book history. Just incredible stories. But yeah, I would guess we get Phyla-Vell sometime very soon.
You heard it, guys. Uh-oh. Adam scooping over here.
No, you can't. It's not a scoop, but
it's just his gut feeling.
It's my gut feeling.
Let's call
it
that.
I have lots of gut feelings. I think I have to go gluten free now, and I'm lactose intolerant. So maybe it's just
cut down on the Mountain Dew.
All the Mountain Dew, acid reflux.
It might be
hit me up.
Might be the McRib.
McRib, yes.
Guy, this is like our childhood, one of our top 2 favorite characters childhood, and we've seen him on screen before, but definitely wasn't done right. So when we talked about this the other day, it was exciting because maybe we see something that we like here. And the latest rumor is, I don't know how much I believe in this one, is that we get some type of a tease of him in the Guardians Christmas special.
So that
Don't
was
believe that one as much, but Guy Forge, what's your take?
That was my question coming up, and I was wondering if we think that we're gonna see that. Like, are we gonna see it in Guardians? Are we gonna get some sort of? I don't want just a name drop if they're gonna do that. I don't want just, you know what I'm saying. I don't want, we see this thing. We have the and in space we're getting a reading of blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that kind of tease. I want a tease like they show him. Like, and then all of a sudden it just fucking ends, and you're like, son of a bitch, like you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the tease I want. Like, okay. Show him and then end the fucking show, because then like I know he's there and I know it's coming and I know what I'm expecting next. You know what I mean?
So would you be down with just the surfboard? Like,
yeah.
them crashing it, like the surfboard crashes through the windshield of the
fuck yeah.
I think that's probably almost a near bet.
Fuck yeah.
Everyone knows who the hell
I feel
it
like
is.
Some type of tease without actually seeing him, whether it's a name drop or the whole.
No, I don't want just a name drop.
I don't want a name drop. What's most likely? You know what I mean? I like the board. Maybe seeing the board, maybe seeing a streak across the sky, kind of deal. Saying, what was that guy surfing or something like that? Something along those lines. I could see that. But Jay, I mean, is James Gunn going to pull it out of his ass on this one or what?
I think 100% you don't see any hint of Silver Surfer in Guardians with the Christmas special. Absolutely not. I think if anything, you get Nova and you get your first look at Adam Warlock, and that's it. If they're gonna go origin story, they got to start with origin story. You know what I mean? I don't want Silver Surfer and then go back to Norrin Rad and then go back to Silver Surfer. Just give me Norrin Rad origin story. Mm-hmm. Boom, right into the Surfer, right into the Fantastic Four, and let's get the ball rolling.
I like that. I do like that. So, there's not a ton of information out here on this, and I'm sure over the next, few months we'll get a little bit more. They'll not confirm some things, but, it feels like the more people that talk about it, it's like where there's smoke, there's fire, But kind of staying on the topic of the special presentation, I mean, do you feel like, and whoever wants to jump in, do you feel like that the special presentation should almost always precede a show or a movie for these new characters? Should we, should Moon Knight have been a special presentation first? Should, She-Hulk been a special presentation first? Maybe She-Hulk's not the best example of that because that kind of worked as little snippets. But do you feel like these characters could have benefited more, and almost Marvel benefits more as almost like a litmus test for reaction and feedback on, seeing a new character on screen? I mean,
I don't see it being a bad thing. I think it's a good way to introduce characters into the MCU. I think it's a good way to give you a little taste and to kind of tell a story and maybe tell an origin story and then bring it to full effect on the big screen after that.
Or a show.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What do you think, Adam?
So basically,
go ahead, Jay.
I was just gonna say, basically, that's what you got with, as far as show-wise, that's what you got with WandaVision before Doctor Strange 2, right? Because you had to have WandaVision happen before we got the Doctor Strange 2 movie to set up the whole multiverse. So I see it in some ways. The shows, listen, I like She-Hulk up until the last episode. I just thought, why go that route, right? Why step into that realm and do that? But the show overall was good. I'm not sure what that sets up besides bringing in a Daredevil that I absolutely hated. But I do, you know what? I do like.
Oh, Jay, we talked about that. I was waiting to hear. Remember, I said yeah. You're gonna fucking hate it.
And I'm with Adam. I think the Werewolf by Night thing Marvel has done to date, TV show presentation wise, we'll see. I would like these little setups. I think it's a cool idea as long as it's good quality TV or shows that we're watching and not garbage that they're just flinging at us. So I'll let Adam. This is Adam's expertise. I'll let him take it away.
No, man. Yeah, give me all the special presentations. So, storytelling wise, I love what Mignola does with Hellboy. He drops teasers and breadcrumbs all along, and some stories are prequels, some are sequels. I don't really care what happens. Where the special presentation does happen on the timeline.
Okay.
I'm selfish enough. I just want to see Silver Surfer. So if that means getting the board and the holiday special, and then getting the special presentation, so we can get the origin out of the way. Because as this goes on, we've never seen anything in Hollywood that's like the MCU. It is it's so damn close to comic book storytelling between spin-offs and connective tissue and all that stuff. So that's why I think the special presentations will largely serve as origin stories moving forward. With Silver Surfer, Werewolf by Night wasn't a true origin story, but I think it gave us what we needed. Now we don't have to waste half an hour, 40 minutes of a feature film to get that backstory and all that stuff. So that stuff can clip right along. So I would say, Nova, Silver Surfer, maybe another special presentation or two, and then we get Guardians 4, which is Annihilators, or the same thing with Werewolf by Night next year. I'd assume, the word on the streets, Mephisto's coming, so maybe we get that Mephisto special. Maybe we get a Ghost Rider special. Maybe we get, Ted gets his own special. Then we'll get Legion of Monsters or Midnight Suns or what have you. I just think they're reserved. They're going to eventually reserve the special presentations for the origins, because the way it was now, Werewolf by Night was 48 minutes in the classic Universal Monsters movies. I think Frankenstein was like an hour 12, Dracula was an hour, just over an hour. So the way they're going anyways, they're 2 scenes short of being a feature film. So eventually I would say special presentations are going to be the new. You remember growing up, the Disney Channel original movies?
Sure.
We're 2 releases away from having Disney Plus original movies.
Yeah, it's almost like give me the it's almost like give me the quality over the quantity, in some circumstances, because they could focus a little bit more on them, put a little bit more money into that 1 hour, as opposed to, spreading that money out over, what is it, between 4 and 8 hours, depending on what show you're talking about. I think that is a better way to, to give us these new characters. So yeah, I think that's, I told you, we're going to talk about it from a different angle every week, because I really think it's important to where they go forward from here. But let's stop there and let's show some of Adam's covers. All right. Because we had talked about the Kickstarter. I wanted to check in again with it. I just clicked on it. So let me, we are at 1,600 now. So we jumped up by $100. Guys, if you want to back Adam's Kickstarter campaign, link is pinned to the top. Let's show off some of these covers. Adam, take us through the covers. I think I got them all here. So
So on the left is that's our cover A, Roland Kalnij by he did the interior artwork, and he did cover A. Then cover B is from Matteo Monaco, both showing Macabre Mel and her spooky glory.
Okay. And again, if you guys had missed this earlier, this is kind of a spin-off of the Shit Show series, character from that storyline and part of the RiotVerse. And this is kind of her journey from when she died in Shit Show to when she got resurrected. So this is pretty cool. One shot or graphic novella, like you called it. How many pages is it? 56?
56, yeah. Okay. So we're nearing about 3 regular big 2 comic issues. In one book. And then cover C and cover D, Juan Angel. Juan he's done everything for, he's done a cover for all of my Kickstarters, for all of my projects. On the left,
I love cover C.
Yeah, that's a character named Meg Morrow. He's a delight to write. He's spooky and creepy, and he's awesome. And then Mushru Ratu's on the right for cover D. So Juan did both of those. Juan's so gifted. Juan
He's
does.
good.
I'm not sure what
Yeah.
I should say, but he does visual development art, and I'm not sure if you guys know that term, but it's very popular nowadays with the popularity of Marvel movies and DC movies and studios that have their own visual development departments.
I like
concept
that.
otherwise.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
good. I like the covers that he's done for you so far. In the
Good night.
past.
Could you go back to cover A? That's my favorite cover.
Yep.
I like cover A. And see those hands? That reminds me of me front row at a Cardi B concert. Just reaching up for the goodness.
That was actually the inspiration. That picture you sent me, we used that for the cover A.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
inspiration.
All jokes aside, the cover A, that's a bad. They're all great, but that's a badass cover, dude.
Right, Rollins does this surrealist where he's incredible. I've wanted to work with him forever. Rollins is the same artist that killed you guys in Moonspawn.
There you
That's
go.
why we love him. Yeah.
And I've wanted to work with him long form on something, and the schedules aligned that we did this, and he's just been killing it. He does this. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter because the stuff he posts, I don't know. First of all, he posts stories from the gym 24/7. He can beat all four of us up, no doubt about it. So I don't even know when he's a tattoo artist. He does great work. And then
Don't tell Jay.
there you go, Jay. You just got to go. I think he's in Latvia, so you'll have to buy a plane.
That might be a little far of a trip.
But
Yeah, so
I don't know when he has time to do this art, let alone just outrageously good art. But the schedule's aligned, and that's the hardcover cover as well.
That's the hardcover, right? Yeah, that's pretty dope too.
That's the hardcover, yeah.
And there's actually, I don't want to spill the beans. There was I was reading the updates and I was reading through the whole thing, and there was actually another cover that you get if you.
Oh right, yeah.
I don't have it in the slides here, but I know it's on the. I think it's on the page, right?
Yeah, it's on the Kickstarter page. There's an add-on only cover. There's actually technically 5 add-on only covers. You can get the Virgin variants, the trade dressless variants, plus a special 5th cover by Federica Mancini. It's her name. She did a really our best-selling Moonspawn cover, and I'm working with her on the actual Moonspawn series itself. So
awesome.
I'll be surprised. I'm trying to get Moonspawn out the door. It's probably going to be 2024 because I'm sure she will. I would not be surprised to see her. What do they call it? The Marvel Stormbreakers now? Within the next 3
Oh, yeah.
years.
Stormbreakers, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Okay.
surprised to see her on that list.
A couple interiors here. Let's check them out.
Yeah.
So a little small. We can't read the writing, but you want to just kind of walk us through a couple of them.
Yeah, so the dude on the horse is King Arthur, and his people are getting their ass kicked. He's like, damn, I really wish I had a dope-ass sword. And his buddy Merlin happens to be in an alternate dimension where the purple one-eyed monster says, hey, man, I can make you a really dope-ass sword. So Merlin's like, shit, that's exactly what King Arthur wants. So that's kind of the prologue to our story is the formation of this spooky-ass, dope-ass sword.
So just to clarify, the purple one-eyed monster gives you the sword?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It is a Defects show.
It is a
Yeah,
Defects
yeah.
show. Yeah.
What do we got going on here?
And that's hell. That is Mel crashing in hell because she's been there for a month and a half,
Okay.
working her ways through circles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then she passes out because she's slaughtered probably 500,000 demons, which launches us into a flashback with some stuff. That's a big spoiler.
Okay.
But I will say there's a shit show reference like part of this scene, so it ties in instantly with this scene where she's yelling at her friend there.
And there's a continuation of that.
Did the Defects get killed in this book or not this one?
Oh, you guys are dead. You guys are actually
dead
in
already,
Soul
dude.
World. Yeah, you guys are in Soul World, and I'm writing that series as we speak.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, no, I just want to know where we're at right now. That's all. I don't,
With the Pressable
we're
Defects
dead.
Excellent Adventure.
Got
Words-
it.
Oh, there you go. I like that. All right, guys. We're going to continue to talk here. We're going to talk about Ant-Man. We're gonna do a little Ant-Man trailer reaction right now, but click the link at the top. Help our buddy Adam out. Let's get him to the goal here. Let's go. If you read Shit Show, it was great. I mean, it's fun.
I mean, come
and
on.
it's a good read, and it's the art is great. I mean, this is just a continuation of that. The RiotVerse is forming, and I love it. So we're gonna check back in on that in a little bit.
Hold
Guys,
on,
check it
Matt.
out. Yeah, go ahead.
Before we move any further, can we talk about a little bit comic book community news?
Of course we can.
Because we got a big show tomorrow night.
Yeah, we do.
My buddy Keep It Thorough Comics is having Nerdy Girl on for a huge, probably the biggest interview in the comic book community that I've seen. And guys, if you are not subbed up to Thorough, that is our boy, as these guys like to say, the Kujin family to the show. Please check him out tomorrow night at 9 p.m. His link is in the description, or whatever. What is his link in, Matt?
It's in our description.
Yeah,
Oh,
there.
description. I'm not sure
Yep.
what they call it. In our description. So, guys, check that out. Am I wearing
gonna be-
makeup? Nah, dude. That might be my shadowing.
You know, he's just feeling fresh now. He got some new ink. He's feeling
yeah.
fresh. He's,
I'm hurting.
yeah, check
I'm
that
hurting.
out, guys. That's going to be fun tomorrow. I know I'll be in the chat. I'll be in the chat for sure. All right. This kind of came out, I don't want to say it came out of nowhere, but all of a sudden everybody started talking about this late last night, early in the morning. They were possibly going to get something, and then boom, they just dropped it on us. Everybody thought it was going to be on Monday Night Football, so thankfully it wasn't. They gave it to us early in the day so that we could talk about it a little bit. Wasn't a ton of time to break it down, and I don't think there was a ton there anyway. As far as what I could see, and I watched it 2 or 3 times. It's all the time I really had. But initial thoughts across the board, Guy Forge.
Really cool. Really cool. Different. I didn't know what to expect, obviously. Obviously not enough Kang. Like, I'm just waiting for more Kang.
Come
That's
on,
what I want.
trailer. It's a trailer.
No, I know. No, I'm
Less is
waiting
more.
for it. I'm waiting for it. We got the premise of it, obviously, of how it happened, of how they're getting stuck there, I guess. And then maybe Kang wants some shit. So we're gonna see what goes on. Obviously,
Okay.
we know it's gonna be funny too. You know, they started off with that right away. Thanks, Spider-Man. You know, funny.
Definitely seems like it takes a dark turn, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Adam? Just an initial reaction.
Initial
What do you-
reaction,
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised because Ant-Man and the Wasp is my least favorite Marvel thing ever made. I would rather watch Josh Trank's Fantastic over Ant-Man and the Wasp. And so, yeah, my expectations were low. So maybe
Okay.
that's why I enjoyed the trailer so much.
What do you think, Jay?
All right, yo. So here it is, right? It looked good for me. It looked dark. Here's my problem, though. There is no problem. Kang was good. Here's my issue. When Ant-Man 3 looks darker than Gore the God Butcher, that's a problem for me. But listen, I like dark. I'm a dark type of guy. Kang looked amazing. I can't wait to get the Conqueror. And I'm excited. I liked all the Ant-Man movies. They're fun movies, right? But this looks like it's taken that turn. So I'm excited. I mean, it can't get worse. It can't get worse than the last Thor movie for me. It can only go up from here, guys. Seriously. It can only go up.
We had heard all along for a while now that this was going to be a different type of Ant-Man movie. That we heard that this was going to be obviously very important to things going forward, that it was going to be darker. And so far, from what we've seen, it's definitely lived up to that. I mean, it's one trailer, obviously. I know they got a little bit more at the San Diego Comic-Con. That cut was a little longer. Had a couple more. I think we talked about it, some of the stuff that was there, but I think they got MODOK, and they got that he was looking for this chair. Obviously, we know the chair from comics. But one little, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but one trailer, so far so good. So let's run through it a little bit. Some of the stuff that I noticed, I clipped some screens, and we'll get you guys' take. So what do we
Adam,
got
I have
here?
a question.
Yeah.
you'd rather watch Thor: Love and Thunder than Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Oh hell yeah, no questions. I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know. I just
That's rough.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that's
and
rough.
that's
Put 'em in the
that's
back.
not a compliment to Thor: Love and Thunder because I think I've seen that 3 times now, and I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. I should have watched it the second time because the second time I'm like, I'm not.
And
you know,
Adam,
this-
we love you. We love you, but sometimes you gotta.
Put him in a fucking bench. It's no hard feelings, fellas.
None whatsoever.
It's
Hey,
Ant-Man
listen,
and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, I mean, it's not my favorite. It's definitely not my least favorite, but I get it. I've heard that from other people as well, that they just hated it, I think, Guy, we saw that in the theater when we were away on vacation, I think. And we were kind of like not overly impressed, but anyway,
All right.
let's keep it moving. So, getting into it, the first, 30 seconds of the trailer, there was nothing remarkable. We see them get sucked into the quantum realm, and then we see a bunch of people, right? Different entities, people, however you want to call them. This shot, and then the wider angle shot where you could see people kind of surrounding and pointing stuff at them. Oh, Jay, what did I miss?
I'm just laughing at you.
And it was really the honest kid.
I was wearing my makeup too.
Yeah. So right off the bat, I mean, what came into my mind, and I think a lot of people were talking about this on IG and stuff, is that, are these the Argonauts from Kang? Maybe not. It definitely seems like they're not too friendly, and it's some type of greeting party, and they don't look too friendly. But maybe we just want it to be the Argonauts. What do you guys think?
I don't know, man. I know who was on top of this from the beginning, though, was UniX talking about this a long, long time ago. I got a question for Adam. Adam, I know you know shit. Cassie Lang, are we getting Stinger or Stature? How do you feel about that?
It doesn't matter. I mean, we're getting Cassie Lang. I don't know.
We're gonna get to that. We got pictures.
I'm
I got
not-
pictures.
yeah, I'm
All
not
right,
sure if
all
she
right.
has
I'm
a
jumping the
name or
gun.
not.
I'm jumping the gun. It
Jumping
matters
the
a little
gun.
because one's kind of good and one's kind of bad, and I want to see the direction you think it's going in.
Okay.
We'll get there. So I don't know, Adam, Argonauts, maybe not.
So I know Marvel Studios doesn't even own the
The
film rights.
microverse, right?
Exactly. Yeah. My mind instantly went to Rom. I'm like, that they could make Rom the Space Knight look like that.
Okay.
They still have the rights to the Space Knights. Hasbro just has Rom. So maybe what's another one? Icon was another one. What's more interesting is later in the trailer, Kang is putting like a glowing ball
Yes.
into a cylinder that suspiciously looks like whatever that thing's head is.
The head.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's like a quantum version of the Destroyer.
Oh, I like that.
I don't know.
That's why we got Adam on tonight.
I like that too. Shit.
I looked up, so obviously we talked about it. They can't do the microverse, but this is obviously kind of what that is, right? So I started looking up characters from the microverse, and there is a handful of characters that actually didn't originate in a Micronauts book. So I'm assuming those could be characters that are used. I don't know if they would have rights to that or not, Adam. Because like you said, a lot of the characters that you would think maybe would be in here are originated in the Micronauts book.
Right.
So,
And this is just pure speculation, but Paramount had that Micronauts film scheduled, but they have since removed it from the release schedule. And Marvel's been known to trade rights, back before they bought Fox. Obviously, they can't trade anyone to Hasbro and whoever, Paramount or whatever. But maybe they bought ROM or something, Who knows?
like that. Okay. All right. Next thing I noticed was throughout this entire trailer, or at least half of the trailer, we see rings. We're seeing a lot of different rings, and it made me think of the end credit scene of Shang-Chi. Am I the only one here? I'm gonna step away for a second. Let you guys talk about it.
Wow.
All right, on Matt's note, could that be the beacon they were hearing, Adam?
For sure.
Like I said, Yeah, for sure, right?
When
100%.
when I saw this shot, I actually thought I thought those were like the 10 rings, like a close up on the 10 rings or something, because it's the same exact design. Not only in that, in the 10 rings and the circles at the end of Shang-Chi, but also the Miss Marvel angle as well. And we know
Oh,
that has
yep.
some, I'm not sure time travel, but definitely teleportation type powers. So I think they're all intertwined somehow. I don't know.
You think it'll intertwine, and then we get it all in the Kang Dynasty movies, right? Because I
Right,
think
right,
that's
right.
kind of where it's
Exactly.
going, where everything was intertwined, and
Yeah.
then went to Thanos and the Infinity Stones, and so yeah, that was my thought. Too,
Chef
man.
Chef says something too.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
asking about the golden ring patterns. Looks like the ones from the Eternals.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe they meant for it to be, Eternals based, but then Eternals came out and flopped with most everyone, and they tried to distance itself. It's just this movie, then like this concept and going into the quantum realm and all that stuff. It's just like it's either going to land very well with people or very, very poorly with people. I think, especially taking the concepts introduced in Loki, and bringing those to the movie screen where people just want to think of popcorn and now have to, or eat popcorn and now they have to think of timelines and alternate realities and nexus events and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So who knows?
So immediate next scene is maybe Chronopolis. Are we seeing, kind of Kang's home base a little bit here? We're seeing Chronopolis here. I feel like, it's, flip a coin, but it kind of makes sense, right? Is that what we're seeing here? Stop me anytime you guys want to stop. Another scene directly after that, obviously some type of army. Now, maybe this is who they call the Arkanauts, right? Maybe it's his army, right? So I feel like the Arkanauts are almost slam dunk. How big of a, if we're talking about speculative, how big of a book will that be? I don't know. I can't see it being huge.
What is everything being powered by? It seems like that you see like
Yes.
the
Good
you know what I'm
catch.
saying?
Tesla.
Like it's like
Tesla.
besides Tesla.
There's
Like it seems to be like everything has like the power that it's pulling from something.
yeah, people, I see that throughout the trailers that some of them have it on their back, some of them have it on the front. Obviously, these have it, these ships or whatever they are
yeah.
have it. So some type of quantum energy, I guess. I don't know. But I'm sure we'll find out what that is. And even on this next scene here, it looks like the same thing that's in Kang's hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome
I like
comic
this
accurate
comic.
Kang, Jay.
Yep. There you go.
That Matt S said it's Kang's lightest century sphere.
Yep.
Yeah, man. A comic accurate is aces in my book all the time, guys. All the time.
They nailed that, right?
Yep. 100%.
Jay, we could talk about stature right here because she's clearly wearing the stature
Right.
costume, but so I think it's going to be a mashup. She's wearing stature costume, but Stinger is clearly the more fitting name for Ant-Man, Wasp, and Stinger. You know what I mean? So I feel like they're going to basically just merge the two together. I don't see her being bad, but you never know. Who knows? I feel like if she's going to be a part of the Young Avengers, they're going to call her Stinger, but she's wearing the stature costume with that purple there. So
Okay.
that's my guess. We see that a lot where they take two concepts and they kind of just mash them up, right, Adam? We see that plenty of times.
All the time. And that's why maybe we won't even get a name drop. I'm sure since Ant-Man prides himself on being called Ant-Man, we will. But, when it comes to speculating, why not both? Cover your bases,
That's
Yeah.
it. Cheap books.
So that's pretty much, there wasn't a ton as far as, the screen grabs. We could talk more about the trailer. Hold on, let me get rid of this. There wasn't, as far as, sometimes, Adam, we have to break it down and find the little spec, pieces here and there. I didn't see a ton here. Maybe the more you watch it, the more things will be picked up. But, I think it was a good tease. Sometimes I think more, less is more. I think I said it earlier. I think that's a good thing. So high hopes for this going forward. I mean, Wakanda Forever kind of ends phase 4 and this kicks off phase 5. Both are looking really good right now. So, Werewolf by Night was great. If Wakanda's is really good and Ant-Man's really good, that's a really good direction. That's a nice, trend in the right direction, I feel like. And, so far so good. It's what have you done for me lately? And I like what I see so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. So.
And I like what Matt S is saying. I'm more pumped for this Ant-Man movie than I was for the first two. Me too. But I think, actually, I know that's because it took that darker turn, brother. If that's what you feel the same, put it in the comments. But I think the basis of the success of this movie is solely on Kang.
I mean, do we... Oh, you know what? I wrote something down here. What did I write? Hold on. At some point, and I wanted to get your guys' take on this. Let's see. So we also know that Darren Cross is going to be playing... not playing, but Darren Cross is MODOK, right, in this. So he got crushed down to size, and that's why he's deformed. And we know he's in the quantum realm, so Darren Cross is coming back as MODOK, which is basically a mashup of two characters. Yeah. We saw Bill Murray's character, right, who carries a name. I don't remember the name, Adam, do you?
Krylar.
Clearly not comic accurate. So again, that may be a mashup. I heard people saying something like, is he an elder of the universe? Because we know they like to drop those sometimes throughout. So interesting there. At one point, Kang, we know from San Diego that Kang wants Ant-Man, he wants Scott to find his time travel chair, essentially, right? He wants him to help him in that, and he'll get him home with his family. But he says, I will get you home and give you more time. So to me, that told me that Ant-Man dies, or Ant-Man is basically, Kang's telling that he's dying soon in some way, shape, or form. That's just the way I took it. And a lot of people are speculating that he doesn't make it out of this movie, because clearly Kang doesn't lose here, right? Because we know he's going forward clearly as a big bad. So Scott's taking an L in this one for sure. But I mean, that was an interesting line to me. I kept kind of playing that through my head as like, kind of, what did he mean here? Is he kind of foreseeing the future and saying like, you die at some point here, and if you help me out, I can make it so that you don't, What do you guys think?
They killed off Iron Man. Captain America's done with. It seems like they're getting rid of all the original Avengers. I could see them moving forward with Cassie instead of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I mean, it makes sense. I guess only time will tell. That dark tone definitely screams someone's dying, whether it be Wasp or Ant-Man,
Don't you think he's had enough movies?
Yeah,
After
that
three.
too.
I mean, Ant-Man is getting 3-4 movies. Like, hello.
Yeah, and he's been like Guy said, he's been in a ton of shit already. So you see them change and shift, changing characters. Does he really fit in? Coming, I don't know. Maybe they move forward with X-Men and mutants, and then with a new Avengers team led by Sam Wilson and Fantastic Four coming in. So maybe he does meet his demise.
Yeah,
we'll see. I like deaths. Bring it on, man. The more deaths, the merrier.
What do you think, Adam? What'd you take from that line?
I don't think he dies in this one. I don't think they'll kill him off before the Kang Dynasty. If anything, I think he might get trapped or something in the quantum realm, and then break out in the Kang Dynasty or something. Which brings us back to Ant-Man and the Wasp again, because that's literally just what happened. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they do. We have to remember that we've already seen a variant of Kang, and it stands to reason that line Kang's actually saying might be to a variant of Scott. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a handful of Ant-Man variants in this movie, because we're dealing with the quantum realm and timelines and whatever. But I don't know. Paul Rudd's probably the biggest star the MCU currently has. So I think
good point. Yep.
they'll keep him online at least through Secret Wars until they can bring over Nick Cage's Ghost Rider or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a good point, though. I mean, that is probably the best reason. Doesn't regardless of who he's playing, but he's like you said, arguably the biggest star of the MCU at this point. Now that RDJ is gone, so
Jay's just upset that he didn't shrink and jump up someone's pee hole yet.
No, that's the boys. You can't.
Yeah, we got the boys for that.
Yeah, we got the boys for that. Is right. Here we go.
Former Trout always coming through in the clutch. He said, "Put this towards a big jug of pork water for the butcher." See, he knows the McRibs for everybody.
I'm not eating a McRib. Let's make Adam blush a little, Matt, with a super chat from my boy, Former Trout.
But defects. Let's see if we can get Jay to eat a McRib. How about that?
You send enough super chats, Jay will eat anything. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep.
Defects. Guess who's back for some more super chats? Yeah, baby. Let's go, Defects.
Yikes.
I got to disagree, Journey. I don't think Elizabeth Olsen's a bigger catch than Paul Rudd, especially in.
Yeah, Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's got to take that one.
Yeah.
Adam. So we're gonna go back to the project, the Kickstarter. Yep. Link is at the top, guys, of the description. In the description is linked pinned at the top of the chat. If you guys want to back it, it's part of the shit show and RiotVerse. It's a spin-off. But before we get back to that, anything that you want to talk about? Any rumors that you've heard? Any nuggets of wisdom that you could drop?
Any nuggets of wisdom?
Tonight.
Adam Barnhart exclusive right here.
Yeah, that's what we need.
No, I don't know. The Annihilators thing, there was a little nugget. I'm not sure. That might have been public knowledge. I can't remember. I'm trying to think of what's spicy enough. I don't know. I've heard some things. I've heard some things about Daredevil Born Again that excite me.
Okay.
I've heard as they started writing Born Again and started breaking story on that, they went back and changed some things in Echo to better align with.
I heard that too.
Better align with Born Again. Does that mean Echo's going to go back for reshoots sometime? I would be surprised if it still meets its release window. I think they said spring 23, maybe.
I think we talked about that too last week, right? The Echo.
Well, there you
stuff.
go.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where I got my news from. That could be it. No, I don't know. I'm buying the Mephisto rumors big time.
It seems like it's got major legs now. Yeah, that's like I feel like it's almost confirmed at this point.
Yeah, it's I'm definitely buying that, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him get his own special next Halloween.
Ooh,
I read that today too. Somebody else posted that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not much going on. I think they're scaling back a little bit, as we've seen with another round of delays. They're going to start slowing down a little bit and scaling back production and stuff like that.
Let me get a quick take from you, because we've obviously all talked about this here. Good thing or bad thing, and kind of if you want to elaborate on what happened with Blade.
For me, terrible, god awful thing. Blade's one of my favorite characters, and that was the biggest, my most anticipated movie on the release schedule. I mean, personally bad, but overall story good. The first script they went through was 90 pages, so the runtime would be like 120 minutes. Very little action, and it was going to be a period piece. I don't know. It would be interesting to see Blade in the 1920s, like stabbing Al Capone's kneecap or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just you can't have Blade without the vampires and all that stuff. So I mean, it's excellent that Marvel is getting new filmmakers for it. I've talked to Chad Stahelski several times, and Blade's the only character he wants. Chad did all four John Wick movies.
I was
and
just gonna say, because you're a big John Wick guy too, right?
Yeah,
So,
I'm a huge John Wick guy, and
I was just gonna ask you
all
about
of those. And Blade's the only Marvel character that interests him, but I'm not sure he'll get that. So no, good on Marvel for realizing that they didn't have the right thing. Bo DeMeo, one of the writers on Moon Knight, he's showrunning X-Men '97. He's in the good graces of Marvel leadership, So he's rewriting the script from scratch, and I would rather wait another year to see Blade kick some vampire ass.
There you go.
And wait 2 months and see him, go Peaky Blinders or something,
So, I mean, you said bad thing, but the delay sucks, but I feel like it's better than getting a crappy movie,
No, absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
overall, it's a good thing. It's just bad because it's like, man, now I got to, instead of watching it this time next year, it's over 2 years away.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe now they'll get Wesleyan for a cameo somehow.
There you go. Hey, like, what's his name said? I think Mahershala Ali said it. These guys always make fun of how I say his name.
Marshmallow Ali.
Yeah, it's been 20 years. Like, can we get a better script? Like, is this what we're gonna do here? So I feel like we've waited this long, so I'm okay with waiting a little longer to get the right thing here. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me flip to the Kickstarter here, and then Adam, let's just walk through the page. Tell us some stuff that we didn't talk about yet. Tell us a little bit more about the RiotVerse, and I heard Pogs are making a comeback.
Absolutely. Pogs. We're bringing Pogs back, guys. So yeah, Wicked Salvation, you guys know it's set between Shit Show 2 and 3. But it's another RiotVerse book, and that's just simply the superhero universe I started with Shit Show, and it kept expanding. Writing Shit Show Volume 1, I was like, damn, I'm really liking these characters and all that stuff, and Shit Show certainly sets up the world itself, so we're just expanding on it, and this is the next story in that. Throughout 2023, I have one published book through Scout Comics. That's in the RiotVerse. I have a 4-issue miniseries we're going to do through Lunch Room Riot, and then 2 additional one-shots. So 9-10 issues, all set in the RiotVerse. And there are all sorts of genres. Here's you could call it horror if you want. You could call it demons if you want. You could call it magic. It's kind of a blend of all that. And then the next one's going to be our Daredevil type, street level type stuff before we go back to magic, and before we go back to cosmic stuff with Keepers of the Cosmos, and then ending the year with some more. It's called House of Haunts. Is what we're ending October with. But yeah, that's the RiotVerse.
I love the fact that this is, this is you're publishing this. Yep. You've taken this story, written it from scratch, started with Shit Show, and you're just expanding this universe. And I love that you have a name for it, RiotVerse. Mm-hmm. I think this is, I don't know. I mean, to me, this just feels like you're just growing this literal universe, like you call it here, and I think it's fantastic. I mean, it's been Keeper of the Cosmos was amazing. I mean, I'm assuming you have plans for just an enormous crossover event at some point. So,
oh yeah, we're working that way, man, and that's not to forget Shit Show 2. We already have it. We have an issue of Shit Show 2 done, nice. and we're still working away on that. But that's the that's the plan, man. Just to whatever, we have a superhero universe established, which means we could tell whatever the hell kind of stories we want to tell.
Hell yeah,
there you go, bro.
And whether it's demons,
kudos to you.
And that's fun. That's fun.
Fuck the middleman. I'm gonna do this shit myself.
Thanks,
I
man.
love it.
Yeah.
I take my hat off to that, dude, because
yeah.
we back you no matter what you do, dude. We have
faith
in everything you do.
I appreciate that. No, yeah, screw it. Everyone's doing Substack. Everyone's going indie. The big two are losing writers and creatives left and right just to do their own shit. So I'm not a big two writer, but still, I'm just gonna do my own shit. And that way, I don't have to respond to people or answer to people. I'm just making my own shit. And
I like this one. Be in the book. This could be you. $666. I love it. I love it.
We were thinking. I mean, well, we're in hell, and Lucifer's the antagonist. How are we going to incorporate this in there? We want 666, so we're like, should we have every level end in 6 or something? But we're like, let's just make the ultimate package. So you get every single cover. You get your own cover, a 1-of-1 comic book cover. And a print on that. And
there's got to be a defect out there that wants that.
Literal appearance in a comic book. This is where they're going. This is the cell that they're going into. Yeah. I like that.
And better yet, you ultimately end up with the defects too, because you get killed. Because clearly,
there you go.
There you go.
What's it called? The Soulverse?
I don't know. I was just making fun of the soul,
well, I like
the
that.
soul gym or whatever.
Yeah, there you go. So you hang with us after you die.
Hang with us and hang with them. I'm still alive, but
there you go.
We'll see where it goes past that.
And then
it would be fun to do a story with it, though.
Oh, that would be awesome. And then we got Virgins, right?
Yep.
Not
Those are
literal,
available
but
as
covers.
Right.
Who doesn't love Virgins? I love that C cover, man. That C cover is dope.
Yeah, this is cool.
That is dope.
Yeah,
it's my favorite one.
Juan does incredible work. And then there's that cover. What is it? Whatever I think it is.
That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, Federica kills it, man. She's
Comic Journey says, is the book complete?
Yeah, it's all drawn. We're just waiting on colors and letters at the moment.
That's why we gotta back this project, guys. That's why we gotta back this project.
Let's go, guys.
I'm trying to see. All right, here's the Pogs. Tell us about
the
Pogs.
What
are we doing? Come on, I love this.
The Pogs were a huge part of my childhood growing up.
Yep.
We would always go. We had the Benjamin Franklin store. Ben Franklin's, we called it.
Wow.
And they would have the Pogs for, I don't know, a nickel or a dime or a quarter by the what do you call it? The snacks or the gum, the Bazooka Joes and stuff. Yep. But we're like, let's bring Pogs back. So we already did a wave. And if it funds, we're doing a second wave too. You can get both waves as add-ons, but there's 10 between the two. 10 between the two waves.
There you go.
But they're full as Pogs. We're working on some slammer ideas now. We don't have a slammer quite yet. But yeah, we're trying to bring Pogs back, and we're going to do that with every single Lunch Room Riot release as well.
I like it. So you got all these different tiers here: 10, 15, 20s, and then it goes up from there. 25 for some of the like the cover C that guy was talking about in the cover D. Since that's Juan Angel.
Is there a chance that characters who die get on Pogs?
I was just gonna say I want to be on a fucking
So-
Pog.
You know what? If we fund this in the next 5 minutes, hell yeah, sure. We could. No, that's you guys are good to me. Let's.
Who doesn't want the defects on a Pog, man? Come on.
We'll get you guys on a Pog some way somehow.
I love it.
I love that.
There's an idea in my head, but I need to run it by you guys first. But,
yes. Just say yes.
I was about to say, we don't say no to much. That's our problem.
Yes, Adam.
Of course we will.
Yes.
The ninth circle. I love it.
Yeah, there's retailer packs if any of you are in the chat are retailers.
Okay, so there you go.
Well, that is Macabre Mail Wicked Salvation. We're going to 7 p.m. Central on Halloween.
Guys,
that's awesome.
If you have a
Get
couple
over
of
there.
extra bucks, if you want to help out a great member of the Defect family, Adam has always been good to us, always hits us with different rumors and tidbits and nuggets, like Matt likes to call it. He's starting his own business, guys. He's doing his own publishing. He's following his dream, so let's help him out a little bit. And it's a great fucking story, guys. If you don't know the Shit Show universe and haven't followed up on Shit Show, you have to read it. It is, like Adam likes to say, The Boys meets
Shameless.
Shameless. That's it.
Yeah.
The Boys meet Shameless. So guys, it don't get better than that. Check it out. Just ask people in the chat that read it. You know, every little bit helps get someone further, guys. So
I was gonna
reach
say,
those
you know
buttons.
what? At this point, it's like, forget about just helping them, because this is a legit fucking storyline. Like, if you haven't read Shit Show, like that, basically, with following up on what Jay said, it was fantastic. Like, and we don't just talk shit. We're not gonna come on here and just say something that's not true. Like, it was really fucking good. And those of you that have read it, you got to keep going. I mean, this he's building an entire universe. I'm telling you, this isn't going anywhere. This is really, really good. And I mean, we knew it right away.
Yeah.
We read the solicitation, and we read the first issue. We were like, this is something that we want to be behind, because who knows a couple of years from now where this goes. I think it's that good, to be honest with you.
Funhouse Comics comes in and says, Adam, how much do you need to be whole right now? I think what you're doing is great. I don't know anybody in the community that's doing anything like what you're doing.
Yeah, guys, and check out Funhouse. He has a show he just started up late night. So if you're up late night, you might want to check Funhouse out for some of his comic antics and knowledge.
Well, right there, it says how much he needs to be whole. His goal is 4,500. We're at 1,600.
Yep.
Let's get this thing moving.
The goal is 4,500. He says, will he have an Indiegogo campaign?
He's got the Kickstarter.
Yeah, we got the Kickstarter going on now. We have plans afterwards. You know, but I don't want to.
Can't divulge too much right now.
Yeah, I can't divulge too much right now. So we have the Kickstarter for 6 more days, and whatever happens on this, you know, it informs our route to further stuff. But,
you got plans either way, right? You got
either
plans
way,
for this. Okay, yep. So this is, you know, we're still moving forward with this. I love it. I can't wait to see what this is. She was a dope character in Shit Show. Definitely came back to kind of save the day, right? Mm-hmm. So definitely an important character. Tell us about some other stuff that you have coming up. Keepers of the Cosmos. What's coming out next? What's the next thing that actually will ship to people?
The next thing that will ship to people will be Knock. We'll call it. Yeah, I'll just reveal our whole publishing slate. So January.
Let's do it.
January, we are going to launch pre-orders for Knock, and Knock is the most favorite thing I've ever written. It's incredible. If you would have used or showed me all of the stories I've written, I would have bet my whole entire life savings, which is about amounts to 10 packs of ramen, that Knock was the one that would get picked up by a publisher, and every single publisher is like, no, we can't do more superhero books. And in the synopsis, it's like, nah, this, whatever, man. It's about this guy who wants to be a superhero, but all he has is a bow and arrows. So that's Knock, and it's a 4-issue miniseries we're publishing throughout all of next year. The pre-orders for that drop in January for a March release. April, we're doing Keepers of the Cosmos 1 drops from Scout Comics.
That was good
and that's 3 issues. You guys have seen. I think I have 2 issues done in the can. I could send you guys if you want to read through them. What else? So that's dropping in April, number 1. May or June, we're launching another story called Hypnot, which is another magical thing. It's a cross between Doctor Strange and Cthulhu, and
I love Cthulhu stuff, man.
No, Doctor Strange meets Cthulhu, I would guess. So that's May or June, and then July, whatever. Knock's coming out throughout the year, so Knock's going all year long, or spread out throughout the year. And then October is House of Haunts, and House of Haunts is shaping up to be a monster. It's going to be great. It's I don't know what I want to say about that now. We're going to have a bunch of creators on that one. If you guys back Shit Show Shorts or Moonspawn, House of Haunts is going to be our next one of those types of multiple story comics.
Little anthology. I like
It's
that.
but it's crossing my favorite pre-code horror comics with my favorite Marvel comic, which is Immortal Iron Fist, and all sorts of stuff in it. It's a tournament of monsters, is what it is. It's
That's cool.
dope as hell.
I like that.
And
Adam, I have a serious question.
here's the cover, one of the covers for House
Wow.
of Haunts, right here.
Oh, that's
There it
dope,
is.
dude.
Yeah,
That's cool.
there you go.
Oddly looks like one of your favorite characters.
That guy killed me, man. That dude
Yeah.
killed me.
Kill
He didn't kill you. You ran away from him because you were pissing yourself. But
Yeah, there you go.
Serious question, Adam. Ready?
yeah.
When do you sleep, man?
Yeah, seriously.
I sleep.
You seem like
sleep.
you got a lot of stuff going on.
No, not too much stuff. You know, it's manageable. It's
That's good.
it's man.
That's good.
This workload right here is about as manageable as I want.
right,
We're launching Lunch Room Riot nice and slow. We're not gonna get too busy and overload any of our plates. But I have a really good support crew. Kelsey, my new wife, is the biggest supporter I got, and she encourages it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I saw her in the chat. She needs to change her name, but that's besides the point.
Besides the point, yeah.
That's besides the point. But no, man, the collaborators, like Nick Santos, he's working with me on Knock. Nick's amazing to work with. Emilio on Hypnot, he's been incredible.
See, just because she speaks the truth, so
She says I don't
Yeah.
sleep. I've been sleeping good since I got the
Now
CPAP,
listen, she
whatever.
got to change her name to the Lunch Lady.
yeah,
There you go. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
incredible.
that's awesome.
really
That's what Jay does here on this channel.
Hoagies
That's what
and
he
grinders.
does here, all right?
Hoagies and grinders.
Oh
incredible.
man. Well, I think we're about to wrap it up here. Guys, if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you're clicking on the link. It's in the description. Go back this project. Part of Shit Show, part of the RiotVerse. This thing's gonna be big. So, Adam, I'm sure we're gonna revisit. I'm sure we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk some more about different maybe even this project again. Maybe we're gonna talk about other parts of the RiotVerse. So definitely, and obviously we love having your take on all the MCU stuff because it's, your articles on comicbook.com are great. Your interviews are great. So it's always good to have that voice. You're like, we got, it's like the opposite of Jay. We're like the two polar opposites on top,
Yep.
One that really, they have a lot of faith in the MCU versus somebody that can't stand it right now. So I like having the differing views on here. So we appreciate all of that. One last time, guys, hit that link in the description. Hit that link pinned to the top of the chat. Go back this project. You will not regret it. If you're a fan of Shit Show, 100% you got to do that.
Absolutely.
Guys, don't forget, we're on all the podcasts. We're out there. We're Spotify, Audible, Google Cast. I don't even know what the names of the other ones. If you can't watch us and you're just driving and you want to listen to us, go check us out over there. Just search for Pressable Defects. You will find us.
Just walk
Coming up
into a
next-
room and say, "Hey Google, play Pressable Defects."
You could
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
it.
We'll show up. Next Monday, you do not want to miss that. It is going to be
Halloween,
a fun
baby.
show. We get down for Halloween. We always have something good planned. So tune in and tune in early. I will leave it at that. Adam, before we get out of here, anything else you want to talk about or anything else you want to preface before we jump?
No, thanks for having me, guys. We just have to workshop the Pressable Defects Pogs now, and we'll go from there.
Let's
But
go.
no,
Let's go.
check out the campaign, macabremel.com, wickedsalvation.com. Search it on Kickstarter, and making She-Hulk twerk is the best thing Marvel's ever done, outside of Werewolf by Night.
Oh God! Now Jay was with you the
Peace.
whole time until that.
That's how you make guacamole, baby.
Guy Forge, what do you got, brother?
I got nothing to follow that. The Halloween show, guys. Just be ready. I got a couple surprises in store for the boys too, so they're gonna be surprised. They don't even know what's going on. So Halloween show will be fun. Show up early, as Matt said, because obviously we come dressed to impress. What's wrong, Jay? What's wrong?
I mean, I wanted to talk about the tattoo convention I went to and how fun
Well,
it was. And
that's why
how
I'm
much
saving
better...
you for last.
Oh, all right. You're cutting the show off. People
No.
leaving. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Can I get my 5 minutes?
This guy. Yeah, the floor is yours. Some people are asking about Black Adam. We have not seen it yet. Actually,
I have not. I'm excited to see it though. I don't.
We were gonna talk
I
after this.
never agree
Yeah.
with Rotten Tomatoes ever. I don't. I trusted that website when it first came out. Now I think it's a bunch of horse shit, to be honest.
Look, the Cujine's sending you a DoorDash delivery of a McAnus pork sandwich.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is, bro. Pork ass. I'm not eating a McRib. No way.
We're all gonna eat it.
I've been on my healthy kick. I've been exercising. I've been eating right. A McRib will just destroy me.
He's been on his health kick. No alcohol except for special events, which happen every weekend.
Days ending in Y.
Yeah.
No alcohol except
So,
for days ending in Y.
Tattoo
Guys,
convention.
let me get to the. I went to my first tattoo convention this weekend in Brooklyn. It was. I don't even know if I ever want to go back to a comic book convention, guys. It was. I thought it was gonna be wild. It was nothing what I expected. It was completely off the rails. I suggest, even if you don't like tattoos,
How's your neck?
go.
your neck-
Oh my God, go and check it out. I went on behalf of my tattoo artist. His name is Andres Makishi. He works at Ink Nation in New York City, and he had an idea. He's like, "Hey man, I want to tattoo for this convention. I know you're a comic book guy. Let me come up with some stuff, and I'm gonna tattoo you." I asked everybody in the chat who they thought it was. All I got was Dr. Doom, the Punisher. Who else did we see, guys?
Thanos, Magneto.
Magneto,
The goats from Thor.
the goats from Thor. No one got it right except for Universe X on his. He mentioned 2 names, but he goes, "I think you're gonna go with this." So Matt, do you have it?
Yeah, I got it.
He killed it. He absolutely murdered this. The picture doesn't even do it justice.
It's unreal.
But I went with Star-Lord, guys, and my man destroyed this tattoo.
Wow.
And my leg, fucking, this is all in 2
Wow.
Insane.
days. Hurts like hell. But
Wow.
kudos, Andreas. I appreciate it, Ink Nation. Guys, if you're in the city and you want to get tattooed by the best, definitely check them out.
Like two slender liters of milk right there. The 2 legs.
Yo,
Nice and smooth and milky.
That's a good
Wow.
canvas right there, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean-
dude, that shit's crazy. Look at the leather jacket. Look at the
It's
hair.
insane.
Yeah, it came out. There's the other view of it. It came out insane. I'm gonna post it on my IG once he posted. He did it.
It's pretty sick.
Pretty much. So I'm gonna let him post it, let the site post it, then I'll throw it up on my IG, and you guys can see a better picture. But it was
Yep.
definitely a great experience, man. And basically my first Marvel-based tattoo, man. So it was cool.
Is it? I thought you had a Punisher symbol, no?
I had a Punisher skull, but it's covered.
Oh, okay. So
Yep,
not your
yep.
first.
No, not my that first official
Yeah.
character.
Okay.
I had the
Yeah,
skull, but
character.
I
Yes.
never had a character. So
Okay,
I was
okay.
like, you know what? He's like, let's go Star-Lord. It's gonna be dope, and it's a tattoo you don't really see on people. So I said, let's keep it original and fucking do your thing, brother. And that's what he did.
I love it. So yeah, next Monday maybe we'll. I know, Jay. Do you want to go see Black Adam this week? We're gonna try to go. Me and Guy. You want to go?
What day you going? I can't
We'll
this week.
figure it out. Well, maybe this weekend then.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a tattoo of a McRib. That's what guys can get.
That's awesome.
No, Guy's gonna get a tattoo of Johnny's Pizza. Let's be real here.
I know, yeah.
All right.
I still gotta rock my Yankee hat, man. Listen, shit happens, but fucking when everybody else gets 27 rings, then I'll take it off. Till then,
Shots
we
fired.
Fuck on.
All right, man. I think we're gonna leave
Papa,
it at
my
that.
man, thank you for all the
ahead.
comments tonight.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it.
It's been a great show. Guys, come hang with us next Monday. It's gonna be a blast. Like the video, comment below if you're watching on the rewind, and of course, if you're new, sub us up and come hang every week with us. Defects, we will see you.
Hold on, one more thing.
Yeah.
I want to see everybody in the comments at Thorough's channel tomorrow night when he has Nerdy Girl on. Everybody.
9 p.m. Eastern.
Put the questions in there. Put the questions in there. He said you got to put the questions in if you wanted to answer them. So
That's
This
it,
is
guys.
true.
Keep it respectful, right?
yeah.
We're not here
But
to
ask the
bully no
questions.
one, but
Ask the questions that want to
you
be
want
asked.
answered.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to hear the answers because I think it's just going to be answers that everybody wants to hear. But we'll see. You
We'll
know what I'm
find out.
saying? Yeah, listen, she might come out and shock the world, but we'll see. I doubt it, but we'll see.
Hey,
Get your,
kudos for
get
her.
your popcorn.
Kudos to her
Yeah.
for agreeing to it. To be honest, with
100%.
you.
100%.
Yeah.
Kudos to her for coming on. So
Get
hey,
your
listen,
popcorn.
maybe we move forward from here. You know.
All right, boys and girls. We'll catch you next Monday.